Hi everyone, I'm Rita Joy from the blog Harbor Breeze Home, and in today's episode I'm taking you on a little trip with me to a cute little shop in White Rock, BC called Cottage Living. And it's the place where they sell cottage paint, the line that I just used to paint that bookcase back there. And it's also where Linda works. Linda has painted hundreds and hundreds of furniture pieces with cottage paint. And she is also one of the ladies who helped develop the line in Canada. So I went with her with a whole bunch of questions about how to apply the wax to the chalk paint. I had had many different tries with different kinds of wax and I just could not figure it out. So she so graciously answered my questions and let me video her actually using the wax, which was so helpful to me. So I'm going to bring you along and show you what she showed me on how to apply it. So come along with me. I'm so excited we get to go shopping together. The first thing about cottage paint acrylic wax is to realize that it's acrylic based and it needs to be applied with a damp brush. Run it under the water, rub it over a towel, and then put some of the acrylic wax in a cottage cheese container, which makes it easier to apply.
Then you put just a little bit of wax on the bristles, okay? And then what you want to do is really rub it in. It's kind of like putting on hand lotion. You want to rub, 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 and not leave any wax sitting on top. You want to get it rubbed right in like you would hand cream in your skin.
As you work on your furniture piece, work in sections, one little section at a time. As you need more wax, just to apply a little bit more, rub it in circles and putting it on like lotion, like she says. As you're working, the wax will be shiny, partly because of the wax and partly because the brush is wet. Keep looking down at the level and look in different directions to make sure it's all covered. Once you've applied the wax and feel like an area is well covered, finish it off by going over it very lightly in the same direction that the piece was painted. Then move on to the next section and try not to go back to the section you've already finished. The wax dries very quickly and you don't want to mess it up once you've got it on there really good. Keep going in sections and rubbing and applying it until you have the whole piece covered. 2 coats of wax minimum is the recommended for furniture pieces. You can apply multiple coats though, especially in areas that are well used, like the feet of chairs or the backs of the chairs. Another thing to keep in mind is since it is acrylic and there is no beeswax in it, it doesn't need any buffing afterwards. Once it's applied, it just needs to be dry and then it's finished. The nice thing about that feature is that if you get tired of the color in a few days or a few years, you can just paint over the piece and start over again since there's no beeswax in the wax. Once you are finished applying the wax, you need to wash your brush out very well. Rub it on a bar of pure soap such as Sunlight and rinse thoroughly under the water. If waxing the piece is taking longer than a half an hour, you may need to rinse your brush even while you're working on a project. Dry with a towel and hang to dry.